What's up, guys? My name is Golden and welcome to another Ikoria preview deck tech. So we're playing around with the Mutate mechanic in this one. Haven't done much with Mutate yet in the decks that I've come out with. So I wanted to give it a try. Obviously, there are a ton of Mutate cards in this new set. Brand new mechanic. I'm not sure how it's going to shake out, not really sure what to expect with the Mutate mechanic, but it looks like a lot of fun and it looks like there's a lot of play in it, so I'm excited to start trying it out. So the first deck I want to showcase with this is the Simic, kind of a Simic ramp deck, but with the Mutate mechanic as kind of the core. I decided to go Simic for this first one because there were a lot of very Simic-esque Mutate cards with the mana ramping, and this is a deck that I think will definitely change. I don't think by far this is the end. I tried to put a lot of different things in here, so whenever we play with it on the early access event, we can try out a bunch of stuff. I'm coming out with a bunch of decks. I'm not sure if all of them will be able to play on the early access event, but if not, we'll be playing them over the weeks to come. But on this one, on the low end, we have a lot of mana dorks, and we specifically have Kinnan Bonder Prodigy as a way to even ramp faster, and hopefully get into Nissus quicker, get into casting big Hydroid Krasis a little bit quicker, and get into our bigger Mutate creatures faster as well. So this is a new mana dork, Humble Naturalist. I don't think it's as good as Paradise Druid, but it does give us additional sources of 2-mana mana dorks to drop. We obviously don't have things like Land of War Elves or anything in the meta right now, which is a 1-mana mana dork. So we don't have a lot of on-the-board tapping effects for any color. We do for green, but for any color, this is good in the blue-green builds because you can also create blue mana. Kinnan, like I said, allows you to ramp your spells even faster. We have Hydroid Krasis, which is in here as a 2-drop, but we're just going to be playing it whenever we get a bunch of mana on the board to get our big boys out. Make a big boy Krasis, draw a bunch of cards and that kind of stuff. Polywog Symbiote synergizes really well with Mutate, so it makes all of your Mutate cards 1 cheaper, and allows you to hopefully get some of those bigger Mutate creatures out early and compound the effects of Mutate and make things way more efficient. It also helps you fix your hand because you can draw a card and then discard a card as well. We have Uro in there, just a 2 of. We're not running 4, so don't worry. But Uro obviously is a big ramp card right now, and you can bring it back from the graveyard, so it gives you staying power in the late game. There are some graveyard hate cards out there, and even more so I think with the new set, so we'll see, but Uro is going to be powerful regardless. It's good in every single format and it's hard to get around, so we put Uro in there. We have some other Mutate creatures in the mid game. Most of them are there around ramping, so I really don't know. Other than Hydroid Krasis, I could probably put in some bigger spells here, but I do have another deck tech coming out that is a little bit more centered around the bigger spells. But for now, we have a big mid game for the ramp creatures and for some other Mutate mechanics as well to try to build big creatures and kill them in the mid game. Have the new Vivian Planeswalker in here, playing a bunch of creatures, so we should be able to find cards off the top of our library to play with Vivian. Also adds a little bit more pressure and lets us cascade down to get some extra creatures on the board as well. So big mid game on this one with a big ramp finish with the Hydroid Krasis and creating a bunch of mana so that we can play bigger cards. So that's it. That's this Mutate deck. Won't be the last one we see, and it probably won't be the best one, but this is what I'm starting off with so we can get a good idea of the Simic Mutate card. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I've had a lot of fun making a lot of these quick little deck techs. I've just been grinding out some decks for you, so I have more coming. If you want to see me on the early access event, I'll be streaming it here on the YouTube channel, so be sure to check that out. So thank you guys.